this is going where. Let me stop. Exit. Oh, now you shut it off. Nope. Okay.
Technical difficulties to start today.
Yes.
And now, Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer presents Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, the Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Troyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. And now let's head to the field for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Lunch with the Wolfpack as CSP hosts the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. I'm Kyle Hinsdale, joined by Pat Catanese, and we're excited to bring you chilly Wolfpack game number 3 on the season. We had a little technical difficulties to start the show, but so just to give you a quick recap, Chautauqua Lake got their first man on with a base hit to right field, so second batter hit into a fielder's choice, and so we have a runner on first. Batter number 3 is up for the Eagles, and there's a pass ball, going to throw it down to second, and they got him at second.
Good throw.
Good throw by Grant Lictus, and threw the runner out at second for out number 2. So a lot of action here early on in the top of the first. But so that's now going to leave us with 2 outs. And the third batter up for Chautauqua Lake. Pat, Chautauqua Lake is no longer the Thunderbirds. They are now the Eagles.
Batting for them was number 3, Henry. He playing shortstop today for Chautauqua Lake. Kyle, I feel like we should be announcing football instead of baseball today.
Yep. For those that are not here today, we had some snow showers. There's a pitch on the outside part of the plate. For those that have regularly watched us here from Clymer, we're broadcasting from a different spot today, hoping to give you a little bit better angle of the field. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. I happened to be out of town this week and watched the game on Tuesday night and said that was not the best angle to watch from. So we're going to try something different today, and hopefully everybody likes it. So no score here in the top of the first. 2 outs. Third batter of the game. And I believe the count's 2-2.
Correct.
And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So little unconventional 1-2-3 for the Wolfpack, but they get it done. And after half inning, we have no score. CSP will get their first at bats when we come back.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to the campus of Clymer Central School, where your CSP Wolfpack take on and host the Chautauqua Lake Eagles today for a noon first pitch that actually started about 11:55, and snow showers this morning as we started the game, but those have since dissipated, and it's just now cold, Pat.
It's cold. I'll give you the lineup for CSP to start the game. Batting first will be Caden Beckrink. He's going to be in center field. Batting second will be Gavin Burchanowski. He's going to be at shortstop. Batting third, Bryce Hinsdale. He's going to be at first. And batting fourth is Tate Catanese. He's the pitcher. Batting fifth is Grant Lictus, the catcher. Batting sixth is Andrew Spiesman. He's going to be at third base. No, in
right field.
Right field, excuse me. Colin Sturgis is going to be at third. Carson White's going to be in left, and Tanner Mahako's going to be at second. So here we go with Caden. Pitching for Chautauqua Lake is Olson.
There's a first pitch low
Kyle,
to Caden.
Caden's been hitting the ball well recently.
Yes, he has.
Opposite field, he's been striking it well, so whatever it takes to get on. Like I told Dennis the other night, get him on. He's got good speed.
Yeah. So Caden ahead early, 2 balls and no strikes. CSP enters the game 0-2 on the young season. Lost to Salamanca, and then Tuesday night with a loss to probably the favorite in the division, Frewsburg.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good ball team. They're very aggressive, and they hit the ball well. And fielding is good, and they have.
And
a
I
lot
would
of
say,
pitchers.
Pat, the final score was 13-3, and there's a ball for ball 4. So four straight balls to start the game for Olson, and that's going to bring freshman Gavin, right?
Gavin Burchanowski.
Gavin,
correct?
yeah, Burchanowski.
Gavin's just a freshman, but I've said this before. He doesn't play like a freshman.
Caden Beckrick with a nice lead at first base. And There's Olson's first strike of the game. So no balls and 1 strike. But I was saying, Pat, the score ended up 13-3 on Tuesday night, but it felt like it was a little bit closer than that.
Oh, absolutely. It was a
what
very
the score
close
indicated.
game. Yep, up to that point, to that last inning. That hurt us bad. Little pickoff attempt at first on Caden to no avail.
And there's a well-hit ball to right field that is going to be just foul.
Just foul.
Otherwise, that would have been trouble, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right fielder's playing close to that line. They got things shifted for thinking Gavin's going to go that way.
So now Gavin, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first, Caden Beckrink. So we got speed on the bases. Bryce Hinsdale batting in the 3 spot on deck. And there goes Caden. That ball's low and outside, and Caden's going to slide in safe. So stolen base for Caden Beckrink, and that immediately puts a runner in scoring position for the Wolfpack here in the bottom of the first. One ball and 2 strikes to Gavin. There's a ball in the dirt, so 2-2. Anything out of the infield, Pat, you would think Caden from second scores.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's got a pretty good lead there at second, too.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that ball's foul.
So, Kyle, you said that the snow had dissipated, and you jinxed us. We brought it right back.
Yeah, it seems to have come back. We've had a little bit of everything this morning.
A little rain, a little snow.
Had some sun.
Yeah.
And there, Gavin's
working to stay alive here.
Working to stay alive is right. The ball was a little high and outside, and he fought that off. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the freshman. Want to welcome those watching us on Facebook and listening to us on the radio today. And that ball's in the dirt, and that's going to allow Caden Beckrink to advance to third. So after being down 0-2, Gavin has fought his way back here to a full count, and we've managed to get a runner, Caden Beckrink, from first to third, still with no outs here in the bottom of the first. And there's a ground ball to short. And he's going to check back Caden. He's going to throw it to first, and he's got him at first. So nice play there defensively by the Eagles. And that holds Caden Beckrink at third, and they have 1 out. And that's going to bring Bryce Hinsdale to the plate. It's a slow roller to third, or short there. Let's see if Bryce can find a hole somewhere and score Caden.
Inside.
There's a ball inside.
I like this new vantage point we have, Kyle.
Do you like it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I can see things a lot better. The other night when Dennis and I were doing it, the sun started to go down, and I couldn't even see the batters. The sun was right in my eye. So this is nice. Of course, we won't have to worry about sun today.
No. But over where we normally stand, you really have no idea if it's a ball or strike.
Correct.
You got to hope that you can hear the umpire say it. So this is a much better standpoint. So Bryce ahead early here, 2 balls and no strikes. And there's ball 3. So 3 straight pitches for balls, and I would imagine Bryce has the red light here not to swing.
Ball 4.
And that ball's high. So 4 straight balls to Bryce Hinsdale, and that's going to force CSP to have runners at first and third with one out, and that brings cleanup hitter Tate Catanese to the plate, today's starting pitcher for the Wolfpack. Tate's been hitting the ball hard through the first 2 games of the year. I would think Bryce at first is going to be wheeling
soon, I would hope.
And there goes Bryce, and there's going to be no throw, and that was a strike called on the pitch. So runners at second and third for Tate Catanese as he sees strike number one, no balls and 1 strike. And that ball's popped up foul behind home plate.
Two strikes on Tate.
Now he's got to protect anything out of the infield, likely scores 2 here. Anything to the right side of the field likely should at least score 1. And Tate fights that curveball off, high curveball. So it remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that pitch, I didn't know if it was going to come down and hit the strike zone or not. So
yeah,
it's probably a good thing he got a piece of that.
The foul ball kind of adjusted our camera on Facebook. There's a ball high. So that's going to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a run or 2 here to get this game going.
And that ball's popped up to short, and third baseman's going to come in and he's going to grab it. So a pop-up on the infield, and that's going to result in out number 2, and that's going to bring Grant Lictus to the plate. Leave it to the catcher, Pat, for CSP to be the only one that is wearing – well, I shouldn't say that. Andrew Spiesman has no long sleeve either. But
well, as a catcher, he got to be that tough guy.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a lineman and a catcher. He's not going to wear a long sleeve.
That's right. All right, first pitch here to Grant Lictus, senior from Clymer, and that ball is going to be on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, no score. CSP with ducks on the pond on second and third.
Way outside.
And that ball's outside, so 2 balls and no strikes as the snow falls a little bit harder here in Clymer, New York. There's a strike that caught the upper half of the plate. So 2 balls and 1 strike.
Gotta think the umpire's got to open up the zone with this weather to make hitters be hitters, you know.
A little bit quicker, yeah. And there's a foul. Oh, they're going to call that fair, I guess. That ball stayed right on that white line, Pat.
Yes, it did.
And Coach Moreno's questioning the play, but at the end of the day, it's 3 outs. CSP strands 2, 1 at second and 1 at third, and after 1, there's no score here in Clymer. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to the campus of Clymer Central School, where CSP Wolfpack Baseball hosts the Chautauqua Lake now Eagles. And there was some controversy at the end of that first inning, Pat. Foul ball by, or what appeared to be a foul ball by Grant Lictus was called fair. I think Coach Moreno for CSP is questioning that the home plate umpire raised his hands in the air as if it was a foul ball. And so Coach Moreno's now going to get an explanation.
I would be shocked if they reversed it, but
Yeah,
they did not.
They did not. So we're going to get warmed up here. So to reset everything, CSP stranded 2 back in the bottom of the first. And so as we enter the second inning, we have no score.
Chautauqua Lake's going to bring up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Smith, Blackman, and Rada, I believe. No, 6 is Blackman.
Yeah, Olson,
Smith, and Blackman. Olson's their pitcher.
We didn't have time to talk about it at the top of the telecast, but CSP today starts Tate Catanese, junior from Panama. He started game 1 of the year in Salamanca and pitched extremely well, and would be the clear ace of the staff. And so with only I don't think Tate pitched at all on Tuesday night.
No, that's correct.
So so I would imagine we'll see Tate go as long as he can go today.
Yeah, they got to do a little figuring pitching-wise because they got 4 games scheduled for next week. So,
yeah. The snow continues to fall here.
It's a little heavier
Clymer.
now.
Yes, it is.
Hope we don't have to dig out the shovels when we get home. This is crazy, Kyle. This is, I guess, it's, Western New York. If you don't
That's
like
right.
the weather, just hang on an hour or so. It's going to change.
If you're watching us on Facebook Live today, just drop us a line and let us know where you're watching from.
Okay, here we go. Olson at bat.
You know, Pat, we might have, as I was looking at it as they were running in for the huddle, we might have the shortest middle infield
with
in the
Tanner,
county with Tanner and Gavin.
Yeah. They're quick, though,
They're
so
quick.
that's okay.
They are quick. They are quick. So, all right, first batter of the inning for the Eagles from Chautauqua Lake, and it's going to bring Olson to the plate. So here's pitch number 1, and he's up there swinging, and that's going to be a foul back in Doc Dunelwald's backyard. And if you're a regular watcher of our games on Facebook, and particularly those that have been in Clymer, give us your feedback on the positioning of the camera. If you like it better than where we had it before. If you don't, we can always move back. But from a broadcasting standpoint, behind the home plate is a good spot. That's a good stop there by Grant. So
2 balls, 1 strike on
2 balls
Olson.
and 1 strike. ball high and inside. So Tate goes 3-1 on the first batter of the inning. Smith is on deck. And there's a ball hit to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Olson. He took that ball, that outside pitch, he took the other way. And the Eagles have their first base runner of the inning, get their leadoff man on.
Up to bat for Chautauqua Lake is Smith, playing third base.
Chautauqua Lake had the same scenario back in the first inning, but their leadoff runner got thrown out at second.
Marte goes, pitches outside, the throw. That was awkward.
I think we have some of the water is moving the mouse pad on our
yes.
iPad, and as a result is bringing up YouTube.
See, it was a baseball thing, so that's all right.
No, we're not going to be hearing from the FCC this week. I think we're going to be okay.
I think there's 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter.
And that ball is popped up. Let's see if Bryce has enough room, and he does not. That's going to be foul down the first base line.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
And the snow is really picked up here, Pat.
Yes, it has.
And that
Struck
ball
him
caught
out.
the outside part of the plate for strikeout number 1 of the inning for Tate Catanese. And that's going to bring Blackman to the plate.
First pitch to Blackman is a strike. Kyle, I think that Tate should be throwing the ball to Bryce and Carter and Alex right now, a football instead of a baseball in this weather.
That's right. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that ball's low and in the dirt. Good stop there by Grant Lictus. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's another low. So that low pitch just at the knees or maybe slightly below the knees is not getting called a strike today, Pat. So,
but the outside ones are.
Yes,
so.
they are. Runner at first, leadoff guy at first. They got him. And they got him sleeping. They got him sleeping, Pat.
Yep.
And he was.
Off. Pick off.
All right, so Chautauqua Lake catches a break there.
Make good on it, Seven. Make good on it.
And ball was not in play, I guess. So runner remains at first. And there's a foul down the first base line. And that stung a little bit there. Unless you get the bat right on the barrel or the ball right on the barrel of the bat, it's going to be it's going to sting today. Snow really coming down here in Clymer now.
There's some clear skies around us, Kyle, so let's hope they hurry up and get here.
That ball's in the dirt and it's going to get by Grant, and that's going to advance Olson to second base. So Chautauqua Lake, after getting a break on the play at first, now advances that runner.
Kyle, my book's getting wet here, so I got to tuck it away.
So 1 out here in the top of the second.
There it is.
The ball's low and in the dirt, and that's going to be ball 4. So
okay.
Chautauqua Lake gets runners in first and second here in the top of the second. And 1 out, and that's going to bring number 23, Rada, to the plate. There's strike number 1 to Rada. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2, so Tate.
Nice thing is, Kyle, the snow is coming down, but the boys don't seem to be reacting to it at all.
No.
It's more of an advantage for the fielders than it is the hitters, because like you said earlier, it's going to sting. Strike 3.
And strike 3. So 2 strikeouts here in the top of the second for Catanese, and that's going to bring the number 8 hitter, Jans. Is that right?
Jaws? Jauss is what I saw.
Let's go with Jaws to the plate.
Foul ball.
There's a foul ball. Just trying to protect some of our equipment here. Chances of that staying are slim to none, but
good snag by Lictus there. That was a great ball. Was outside and a fastball outside, and Grant picked it up nicely and held the runner at second. 2 outs, I believe the count's 1-1 on the batter. Be nice to get out of this.
And there's a pop-up that's going to be foul behind home plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. CSP looking to get out of this second inning as Chautauqua Lake's got runners at first and second. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Tate strikes out 3, does everything on his own there in the top of the second, and the Eagles from Chautauqua Lake straying 2, and after 1.5, there's no score here in Clymer. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Dale, could you call the mayor and have him change the weather, turn the knob? Huh? We called him. Yeah, but he's still out of town. He's still in Mexico. Tell him not to come home for a few more days.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage up.
All right, welcome back to the campus of Clymer Central School, where we're battling technology trouble that gets wet. So anytime that happens, you have things that want to do their own thing. So we are working through some of those challenges, and hopefully you guys can hear us on the radio and on Facebook Live. But we enter the bottom of the second with no score, and Andrew Spiesman is going to lead off the inning for the Wolfpack, which is 6, 7, and 8 hitters.
Spiesman, Sturgis, and White. Andrew's been getting the bat on the ball, so we're just going to get some runners on here again. Keep putting pressure on Chautauqua Lake.
There's a swing and a miss for strike one. So Olson evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Colin Sturgis on deck for the Wolfpack.
No, it's just light flurry. No, I shouldn't have said a word. Shouldn't have said. Sorry, folks. I was going to say it was light flurries, but then it kicked up again. Ball high on Andrew. Makes 2 balls and 1 strike, right?
Yeah. We can see, to your point from earlier, Pat, we do see blue skies north of us, but not here right now.
No.
So ball inside. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff.
Either that or those clouds are really full of snow.
First batter of the inning for the Wolfpack, Andrew Spiesman. And there's a ground ball up the middle, and the shortstop makes the play and makes the throw, and he's out at first. So good play by the shortstop there for the Eagles, and that's going to be out number 1, and it's going to bring Colin Sturgis, the senior from Clymer, to the plate.
Kyle, that goes back to my point. I know it's non-traditional, but to switch the baseball and the football seasons, because think about football season. We have some nice weather during football.
Yeah, we do.
You know?
Yes, we do.
And we can play football in this. This is football weather.
Yep.
But that would probably mess up the whole world. So we won't do it.
1-0 to Colin. Ball's inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
All right, Colin, you're set now in there. One thing about this vantage point that we have here, Kyle, is got a lot more people around us listening to what we say.
Yes, there is. Probably need to be a little bit more careful. There's a high swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Colin Sturgis. Carson White on deck for the Wolfpack. Ball
high, 3-2, I think, on Colin.
And there's a foul down the third base line. So Colin way ahead of that.
Yeah.
And so That keeps the count at, I think,
3-2. Full count.
full count?
Yeah.
Full count. Bonus today, Pat. I put my winter jacket on and I reached inside when we got here and I had hand warmers in there.
Beautiful.
Did not plan that.
It's a lucky day.
Swing and a miss for Colin Sturgis. That's out number 2 of the inning, and that's going to bring the tall, lanky sophomore from Clymer, Carson White, to the plate. There's a well-hit ball to right field, and that's going to be base hit for Carson White. So good. Carson up there, first pitch swinging, and he saw something he liked and put it right to right field. So Wolfpack here with 2 outs in the inning get their first base runner. See if we can have a little 2-out lightning here. It's going to bring senior from Clymer, Tanner Mahako Taco, to the plate. Got some good speed at first base with Carson White. And there's a pop-up just behind first base. First baseman calls it.
Oh.
And he has a flair for the dramatics,
yep.
But he caught it. And so that's out number 3. So CSP leaves one stranded here in the bottom of the second, and after 2, we have no score. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area in all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back to where we're asking the question, how many people does it take to raise the tent? And it's a lot here in Clymer, New York, as we're trying to get the canopy up and protect some of the equipment. And we've got a number of people that are trying to help us out here. But want to welcome you back to Clymer, where I think I don't know if we're good or not, Pat, but we got it protected now. So start at the top of the third, and Tate leads us off with a strike. I want to thank Dale Willink for providing some protection from the snow. That ball is going to be hit foul down first base line.
I'm back, Kyle. I helped with the...
You helped I said as we started, we're finding out how many people it takes.
Many.
That's what I said. A lot.
So, up to bat for Chautauqua Lake. You said it? Number 5, Norwick?
I did not.
Catcher.
Number
He's the
5.
catcher.
Number 9 hitter for the Eagles.
Much nicer under here now, Kyle.
Yeah. There's strike 3, so 4 strikeouts in the game for Tate Catanese, all of which have been the last 4 outs. And that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate for the Chautauqua Lake Eagles.
Wellman, he had a base hit in the first at bat. Hit it to right field. Trying to do it again.
He's going to do it again, Pat. So if I'm Bryce Hinsdale or Carson White or Tanner Mahako, I'm on my toes on that right side of the field because he's behind Tate, both in count and in speed. No balls and 1 strike.
Oh.
That ball is outside. One out here in the top of the 3rd. No score between CSP and Chautauqua Lake. Ball's foul. So that evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as soon as we get this tent, Pat, the precipitation stops.
Don't say it, Kyle.
Curveball on the inside part of the plate results in ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike.
Those brighter skies are working their way here. Slowly, though, Kyle. Very slow. Here's the pitch.
And there's a ground ball that's going to be stopped by Tanner Mahako, but he's going to bobble it. And that's going to be a base hit for Wellman from Chautauqua Lake. And Chautauqua Lake gets their first base runner of the inning. And that's going to bring number 12, Hughes, to the plate. I believe he hit into a fielder's choice back in the first inning.
Yep, that's correct. He also hit it at Tanner, which they tried to turn a double play.
There's a ball catching the inside part of the plate for strike 1. One out here in the top of the 3rd. No score, and there's a ball well hit to right field, and that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to advance the runner. So Chautauqua Lake now has runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 out. So they got something cooking here in the top of the 3rd, and that's going to bring the number 3 hitter, Henry, to the plate. Any base hits that they've had tonight, Pat, have been to right field.
Everything to the right side, that's correct. So they're behind Tate, but not behind enough.
Yep.
That curveball looks like it's working its way in there nicely, but one out here.
Tate making sure that runner at 2nd stays there. There's a fly ball to right field. Carson White is underneath it, and he's going to take off. He's tagging and going to 3rd. So good piece of base running there by Chautauqua Lake. And that's going to leave runners at 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Am I right in saying 2 outs, Pat?
That's our 2
Yep.
outs, guys on first and third. Grant's making some signals to the infield here, letting him know what he's going to do with the ball.
And today's starting pitcher for Chautauqua Lake, Olson, is going to step to the plate. Their cleanup hitter, so it's a big out here if we can get it for the Wolfpack. There's a strike right down the middle part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Happy to report the snow has stopped and the sun is trying to break through.
The canopy was the answer.
Yeah, should have brought that earlier, I guess. And there's a ground ball back to Tate, and he's going to do it himself. And there's out number 3. So CSP, or the Eagles, I'm sorry, threatened here in the top of the third, but they strand 2. And after 2.5, we have no score here in Clymer. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to sunny Clymer, New York.
I told you, Kyle. Western New York, if you don't like the weather, hang out a while. It's going to change.
Where the CSP Wolfpack battle the Eagles from Chautauqua Lake, and after 2.5 innings, we have no score. And CSP is going to bring hitters 1, 2, and 3 to the plate. So top of the order for the Wolfpack. See if we can get some runs across the plate, as we will now see Olson for the second time through the lineup. Caden Beckrink, who reached on, I believe, a 4-pitch walk back in the first.
Correct, yep.
Will get his second crack here.
We stranded him at third in the first inning, so let's see if we can get him over there again and not strand him this time.
Chautauqua Lake playing Caden fairly straight away, typical lefty alignment. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Curveball on the outside part of the plate.
See in the paper the other day that Caden committed to Hilbert?
Yes. Yep, he's going to Hilbert, which is up near Buffalo.
He's going to play football there, is that correct?
I believe so.
Good for him.
Hilbert, a Division III program that started. It's a newly developed program. I think this might be year 3 of that program. So Caden is will go up, and he'll be able to set a tone up there. That'll be good for him.
They're getting a player there. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
Hard worker and likes to play the game of football.
Yeah, he'll run through a wall for you.
That's correct.
2 balls and 1 strike to Caden Beckrink. Ball low, so 3-1. See if we can get Caden on base. plenty of speed there and generate a run here, run or two. Three one pitch, and that ball's foul. Might have been ball 4 right there.
He does like those high pitches. I noticed that the other night against Frewsburg. Them high ones he likes.
So full count to the first batter of the inning. No score here in the bottom of the third. And there's ball 4. So Caden Beckering gets on base for the second time today, and that's going to bring freshman Gavin Burchanowski to the plate.
Gavin hit a hard shot shortstop last inning.
And Caden Beckering is stealing, and he's going to slide in safely to second base. So stolen base for Beckering, and that immediately puts a runner in scoring position for the Wolfpack. That pitch there, the first pitch to Gavin was a ball, so 1 ball and no strikes to the freshman. A swing and a miss at the high fastball for strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike. Bryce Hinsdale on deck. And there's a bunt down the first base line. Foul,
Very
just
close,
foul.
very close.
Boy, that thing was
hanging on that line.
Riding that white line. And as soon as it crossed into foul play, Olson for Chautauqua Lake touched it. So,
yeah, with the lay of the land, it might have rolled back in if he not touched it.
yeah.
So,
yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter. Caden Beckering at second, and there's a high fastball inside. So full count.
Field looks like it's in pretty good shape for the weather we've been having.
It does. Normally, if we get a lot of rain, this thing is pretty muddy, but they've done some work to it. And there's ball 4. So 2 walks here in the bottom of the third for Olson, and Bryce Hinsdale is going to come to the plate.
Bryce also walked in the first inning.
And Chautauqua Lake coach wants to have a quick meeting of the minds on the mound. As I mentioned earlier, CSP enters this game 0-2 on the young season, so it would be nice to get first win under our belt today before we head into next week, where we've got a busy week. Pat, I think you said we have 4 games next week.
Pine Valley at Pine Valley on Monday, at Westfield on Tuesday. Home, I think, at Panama against Maple Grove on Thursday. And next Saturday, I don't know who we play. Somebody next Saturday. I don't know who that could be.
So busy week ahead, so it'd be nice to get a win under our belt here. So no outs here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second, and Bryce Hinsdale is going to come to the plate. See if he can find a hole in that infield somewhere. And there's a bunt down the third base line that's going to be foul.
Nice thought, though. I like the thought of that. Down the third base line with Bryce being a left-hander, he probably would beat that out.
Yeah.
And move everybody up.
Third baseman now creeps in a little bit more there on that third base line. And Bryce unable to put the bunt down, so no balls and 2 strikes. And he's likely to be swinging now. Got to protect anything close now. Ball outside. Good spot for that if you're Olson. That looked good from here, but just on just hair on the outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ball high, so 2-2. Caden Beckerink is going to second. Nice piece of running, aggressive base running there by Caden Beckerink. And now CSP with runners at first and third with no out here in the bottom of the third. And I would imagine Gavin Burchanowski at first base is going to be running on this pitch.
Yep.
Ball outside, and that ball is going to be thrown back. So full count here. So after being down 0-2 to the batter.
Guys on second and third with no outs.
Second and third with no outs, and Bryce has a full count. So anything close here, you'd like Bryce to be swinging. There's ball 4. So after being down 0-2, Bryce fights his way back and earns the walk, and that's walk number 3 of the inning. And it's going to load the bases for big hitting Tate Catanese, today's starting pitcher for the Wolfpack. No outs, so CSP's got something really cooking here, Pat.
Yep, let's hope we can follow through and get a couple out of this.
There's ball 1, so Olson here in the bottom of the third struggling to find the strike zone.
Good gap out there between center and right.
That ball's high and inside, so 2 balls and no strikes. No place to put them if you're the Eagles from Chautauqua Lake, so you got to make Tate a hitter. This ball's going to be right down the middle of the plate, Pat, you'd think. And so did Tate, thought the same thing, and that ball is going to be, well, I think that was caught. And that Caden's tagging, he's going to be safe. And Bryce is going to advance, so.
Was that ball truly caught, though, Kyle?
Yeah, it was awfully close, Pat. It was awfully close. They called it as a catch. So RBI for flyout for Tate Catanese to get CSP their first run of the game, and it's going to be 1-0. And when it was all said and done, Gavin Burchanowski advanced to third. Bryce Hinsdale advanced to second. And first base is unoccupied. So runners at second and third with 1 out here. And the Wolfpack, Grant Lictus, comes to the plate. See if Grant can find a gap. Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit.
Ball outside.
Ball outside.
Grant up the bat. We kind of hope that wind blows over the right field fence.
Yeah, that's right. Get that ball up in the jet stream.
Yep.
Got to get something to hit first,
Yeah,
Pat.
that's right.
So that's 2 balls and no strikes to the senior from Clymer. First base is open. Runners at second and third. One out.
Yep, 1 out.
1-0 CSP. There's ball 3, so 3 balls and no strikes. I would imagine Grant's going to be
taking this pitch.
Taking this one, yep. Ball low, so 4 straight balls to Grant Lictus, and that loads the bases once again. And
timeout.
we're going to have a pitching change here for Chautauqua Lake. And so as they take a break, we will do the same. We'll be right back after these messages where CSP leads by a score of 1-0.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support. Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to the campus of Clymer Central School, where CSP leads the Chautauqua Lake Eagles by a score of 1-0. We are in the middle of the bottom of the third. One out, I believe, Pat, right?
One out.
One out, bases loaded.
Slowest pitching change of all time going on here right now.
We have a pitching change. It's taking quite some time because the pitcher went to catch, and so he had to get his equipment on, and then the catcher that was the previous catcher went to short, and now Henry moves from short to the pitcher's mound.
Andrew Spiesman up to bat here with one out. Bases loaded.
Bases are loaded.
That's
here.
right. Looks like we have a pinch runner in for Grant Lictus. Number 5 for CSP.
Which is Brady Phelps.
Okay.
Into pinch run.
First pitch from Henry to Spiesman as a strike.
Andrew has been making contact.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard to short in the first time. Yeah.
Yep. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2, so Andrew down, no balls and 2 strikes here.
Way ahead of that one.
Colin Sturgis on deck for CSP. Ball outside. Good stop there by Olson. See if we can break this game open here with a base hit. And Andrew does a nice job following that one.
Staying alive on it.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Good change up there.
So
Good
nice change up there by Henry, and a much needed out if you're an Eagles fan. So 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Colin Sturgis comes to the plate. I believe Colin hit a base hit to right field.
No, Colin struck out the first time.
All right. Memory's going. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. So Henry up early, no balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Henry coming into the game in relief, and he's throwing strikes, that's for sure.
Yes, he is. Keeping it in the zone, making our guys get after it, so that's a good thing.
No balls and 2 strikes here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And there's strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. So Chautauqua Lake gets out of a jam. CSP strands the bases loaded, but they do get 1 across the board. And it is 1-0 Wolfpack after 3. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to Overcast skies here in Clymer, where CSP leads the Chautauqua Lake Eagles by a score of 1-0. CSP lost out on an opportunity there in the bottom of the 3rd. They had bases loaded with 1 out and could not get any additional runs across. And so we enter the 4th inning, where CSP starting pitcher Tate Catanese is going to face 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Eagles. Tate's been very efficient, Pat, through the first 3 innings, so no reason to believe that from a pitch count standpoint he can't keep going.
Correct.
It's 1-0, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. The crowd is arguing with me.
No, 1-0. 1-0.
Up to bat is third baseman. Well, he was a third baseman. I didn't readjust here, but it was Smith. He struck out his first time.
I don't know if
at
he
bat.
switched, Pat.
Okay.
He might have stayed. I think there was a number of switches, but I think he might have stayed. So here's the first batter of the inning. First pitch is ball low for ball 1. Good stop there by Grant.
Tate's working on trying to get that curveball to come into that zone.
Yep.
It's staying out there, though.
2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff batter for the inning.
Came right back with it. 3 balls, no strikes. Got a little work ahead of him here.
Ball low.
4
so
balls.
for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Eagles of Chautauqua Lake get their leadoff man on. And that's going to bring number 7, Blackman, I think.
Blackman had a base on balls his first time at bat.
All right, runner on first, no outs. Ball high for ball 1. There's a ground ball foul down the third base line.
Not much of a lead over on first. Tate's giving him a look, but he doesn't look like he is too far off the bag. I'm sure that Tate and Bryce have a little sign over there when it's time.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's a throw over to first. I'm sure they have a sign, and I'm sure they've talked about it.
Yes.
Ball low. Two balls and 1 strike. To the big first baseman for Chautauqua Lake. Ooh, and that's going to hit him right in the back, and that's a curveball that didn't curve. And on a cold day like today, that stings a little bit. So Chautauqua Lake's got runners at first and second here with no outs.
One-run game here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here to try to move these guys up.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Pat. Chautauqua Lake third base coach having a conversation with his batter, making sure everybody's on the same page.
That's another reason that makes me think a bunt might be in.
Yeah,
in the plans here.
Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit. And there's the bunt. That's going to be throws to first and got him at first. So batter did his job, defense did their job, and that's going to advance the runners. So now second and third with 1 out. And that's going to bring number 2, Jaws, to the plate. So see if Tate can get himself out of this. Let's see if we can get a strikeout here. Ball low. Ball 1. This is 8 and 9 hitters here for the Eagles. Ball high for ball 2, so 2-0. See if Tate can get that, find that strike zone again here. Foul tip. Went off the face mask of Grant. He looks like he's going to be A-OK there. If I'm Tate and Grant, Pat, I think I'm just throwing fastball. I'm not sure his kid can catch up to it, to be honest with you. There's a pop-up that's going to be foul, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Could really use a strikeout here if you're Wolfpack.
Infield's in, so there'll be a play here at the plate. Ball's hit to the infield.
Ball in the dirt. Good block there by Grant. And that's going to bring the count full. First runners at second and third. First is unoccupied. 1-0 here, Wolfpack in the top of the 4th. No outs. Ball's in the dirt again for ball 4. So
oops.
After CSP strands the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd, Chautauqua Lake comes right back. Is there 1 out, Pat?
The 1 out, yep.
The Eagles come back in the top of the 4th with the bases loaded. There's a strike right down the middle. We need 2 more of those from Tate.
So the nice thing is about the infield in now, Grant's only got to touch the bag and touch the plate and throw it to first or wherever he goes with it after that.
So if you're an infielder, you're thinking right now, if the ball's hit to me, I'm going home with it. Oh, and that ball, here he comes. And he's going to be safe. So runner from 3rd scores on the pass ball, and that evens the score at 1. And CSP, or the Eagles, now have runners at second and third still with 1 out. The swing and a miss for strike 3, so, or nope. I think that was strike 3, right, Pat?
That's correct. Top of the order now for Chautauqua Lake, Wellman. He's been on base twice. He's going to hit to the
right side.
He's going to hit to the right side.
High and inside for ball 1. 2 outs here. Runners at second and third. All knotted at 1 here. High and inside it looked like. 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a slow roller back to Tate. Runner stumbles out of the box, and
all right, tie ball
easy
game.
Throw to first for out number 3. So the Eagles strand 2, but they get 1 across the board, and after 3.5, we're all knotted at 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back to Clymer, New York, where the Wolfpack and Chautauqua Lake Eagles are all knotted at 1 as we start the bottom of the 4th. And CSP is going to bring
8, 9, and
1 to the plate. So Carson White going to step into the box.
Had a base hit his first time at bat.
Ball low. First pitch to Carson White. And there's a swing, and that's going to be stopped by the second baseman. He comes up throwing. It's an errant throw. So the second baseman did a nice job of stopping that, but then a bad throw to first base. And leadoff runner on for the Wolfpack here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, that's a good sign. That's what we like to see.
And that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate. He squares the bunt. He puts a nice bunt down. And he's going to get him at first, but Tanner did his job, which was to advance the runner. So that's going to put Carson White at second base with 1 out, and that's going to bring the top of the order, Caden Beckerink, to the plate.
Caden scored our only run so far. He's had 2 base on balls. He got stranded at third, and he scored a run. So he's been moving around the bags when he's on base.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. And there's a ground ball to second. Second baseman comes up throwing, and that's going to be out number 2. That does advance Carson White from second to third. But now it's 2 outs as freshman Gavin Burchanowski steps to the plate. See if Gavin can get Carson White across. There's a fly ball to left field. It might be trouble, and it is. It lands in play, and that's going to be an RBI single for Burchanowski. The ball kind of hung up in the wind there, Pat, and I don't know if the wind impacted that, but it landed right in that triangle between short and center and left field. But either way, it's now 2-1 Wolfpack. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with Gavin Burchanowski at first base, and Bryce Hinsdale steps to the plate. There's a pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yep.
We have speed on first with Gavin. See if Coach Marino wants to get him running at all. And good job by Gavin to force the throw over there. That was close.
Gavin's teasing him over there a little bit.
Checked him again.
Yeah.
Once again makes the...
Now, if this is a professionals, you have to throw him out if he threw over there again, right? That's how it is now.
Yes.
You can only throw over there twice.
Yep. Curveball on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. See if Bryce can get a fastball here and drive it somewhere.
Yep. He got it.
There it is right there, and that's going to be caught by the right fielder. Nice play by the right fielder, making a running catch.
It was a good hit, though.
Yep, he finally got barrel on the ball. That was a good bat. But either way, it's a long out, and that's out number 3 of the inning, but not until CSP gets one across the plate, and after 4, CSP leads by a score of 2-1. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to afternoon baseball here in Clymer, where CSP Wolfpack lead by a score of 2-1 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles as we enter the top half of the 5th inning. CSP starting pitcher Tate Catanese continues to take the hill for the Wolfpack. And for Chautauqua Lake, we are going to see 2, 3, and 4 hitters here in the 5th inning.
Finally in the top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th. It's been a long,
cold
game. Long, cold.
We've seen all weather.
Sun happens to be out right now, but
I'd like to see Tate have a clean inning here so we can use him again in the 6th.
One ball, no strikes. And there's a pop-up to right field.
Carson White.
Carson White's underneath it and with 2 hands makes the catch. So out number 1 in the inning. And that's going to bring Henry to the plate. Chautauqua Lake's relief pitcher. The ball was well hit to right field. Carson White just made a nice play running underneath it. First pitch strike. There's a nice
That curveball finally worked its way in.
Curveball worked there, Pat.
Yes, it did. Finally worked its way in there.
That sucker had a little bit of juice on it. So no balls and 2 strikes to Henry.
Yeah.
And that ball.
I don't know what happened there, but
Tate
Tate's talking to himself about it.
I don't know what he was trying to do there, but
got a little grin on his face.
That arm angle was slightly different than normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he was trying to do, but there's a nasty curveball for out number 2. So that curveball is starting to take action here.
Starting to work a little
inning.
bit now.
So 2 outs, nobody on for the Eagles. And that's going to bring today's starting pitcher for the Eagles, Olson, to the plate. That curveball was in the dirt there. Ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
That looked close there, Kyle.
There's a pitch out. Catching that outside part of the plate. He's been consistent with that call all day.
Yes, he has.
And there's a ground ball to third. Colin Sturgis comes up throwing in the dirt, but Bryce makes the scoop. Good job by Bryce Hinsdale at first. And, Pat, you wanted an efficient inning out of Tate, and you got it.
We got it. That's good.
1, 2, 3. And so after 4.5, CSP leads by a score of 2-1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9, and you just listened to a handful of our sponsors. We want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to do this and bring the broadcast to those on the radio and those on Facebook. So really appreciate the sponsors. Appreciate Brian Silvis at Channel 98.9 for allowing us the opportunity. And if you happen to be in and around one of our sponsors, encourage you to patronize those businesses that help support local high school baseball and particularly CSP Wolfpack. So CSP leads by a score of 2-1 here as they enter the bottom half of the 5th inning. CSP is going to bring 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate. So Tate Catanese is going to step into the box to lead off the inning. CSP looking to add some insurance runs here in the 5th. And there's that outside part of the plate that's been a strike all day.
I don't even know if it's a part of the plate, but he's been calling it consistently.
Yep.
So,
and if you're a right-handed hitter, Pat, that's where and you swing at that, you want to take that to right field, right?
Yep,
just kind of slap it to right field. Curveball outside, so evens the count at 1. Ball low and outside, so 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a ground ball foul. So Tate gets new life here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tate getting some encouragement from his buddy Bryce. Guessing there's some story there.
Bryce is instructing him through this whole at-bat.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a well-hit ball to right field, and that's going to be over the right fielder's head. That's going to make it to the fence. And Tate's going to be on his way to third. He's going to try for 3, and he's going to be safe. So triple for Tate Catanese to lead off the inning. Tate trying to help himself a little bit.
Well, that Bryce coaching helped him there, didn't it?
Maybe Bryce needs to listen to some of his own coaching. That might help him.
Maybe Tate will coach him through his next at-bat.
So a good piece of hitting there by Tate, and he did exactly what we talked about, Pat. That ball was on the outside part of the plate, and he drove it to right field. So no outs, runner at third, and Grant Lictus is going to step into the box. Big swing and a miss for
cut.
Grant. Grant was going to put that one over the fence for sure.
Yes, he was.
Anything to the right side of the field likely scores a run here, even if it's on the ground. Lots of speed at third with Tate.
Oh.
Ball inside, called for
inside,
strike. So
call the strike.
Grant down early, no balls and 2 strikes here. And the ball's inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Andrew Spiesman on deck for the Wolfpack. Ball high, 2-2. Good eye there by Grant.
All evened up here now, Grant. Hit it hard somewhere. That's all we're asking.
There's a foul down the third base line, and it's going to get foul out of play. So Grant gets new life here. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball inside, so full count to Grant Lictus, today's starting catcher for the Wolfpack. Tate Catanese, starting pitcher, on third with significant lead, so he's going to score. Grant chased that one out of play.
New life.
Tell you, those high fastballs always look enticing.
Yes, they do. I know that Caden loves those things.
Yep.
Grant saved himself, though. I mean, he got a bat on it and put it out of play.
There's Foul ball hit him in the box. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still no outs here in the 5th. Good job by Grant fighting that one off.
You're making him work for this one.
Making him work.
Making him work.
Curveball in the dirt. Utegg. Oh, he's safe. Ball came out. Grant's going to make his way to third on the drop third strike. That was close, Pat.
Yes, it was close.
That was close.
Kicked it out.
So CSP now leads by a score of 3-1.
Yeah, that ball kicked back to that catcher in a hurry, but
Yep.
he didn't have it secured enough in his glove. When Tate slid in, he hit the glove and the ball popped out.
So Grant reached on the pass ball. Tate scores, makes it 3-1. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Andrew Spiesman up with a pinch runner, Phelps on first, and that
nice
is a
bunt by
fantastic bunt by Spiesman. Even better play by Henry off of the mound. So that's out number 1 in the inning, but it advances the runner Phelps to second. And that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate. Ball low and outside for ball 1. Foul ball. Evens the count at 1. Oh, and there's another bunt down the first base line. That Phelps makes his way to third, and Colin Sturgis is going to be out at first.
Okay.
So good job by Colin Sturgis to do his job. And that's going to bring Carson White, who's been
hitting the ball well.
Hit the ball well. Maybe that was Coach Marino's thinking.
Couple of base hits he's had in this game, so
yep.
Let's have another one, Carson. Get us another run here.
So 2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes to the batter. And Carson White is going to put it in the gap, and that's going to be an RBI single.
Double.
Maybe double for Carson White. And sure enough, Carson in stand-up double. And that's going to make the score 4-1. So good piece of hitting there by Carson White, who is on fire today, going, did you say 3 for 3 now, right, Pat?
Correct, yeah.
And that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate. And there's first pitch strike. 4-1 Wolfpack here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, runner on second.
Carson's got a pretty good lead at second. Tanner hits a single.
There's strike two. So
score Carson on a single here.
Tanner down early, no balls and 2 strikes. And there's contact, foul down the right third base line.
Thinking about blowing our canopy away.
Yep, blowing our 10 away. High fastball for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Big curveball
on the outside part. That's outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tanner Mahako, second baseman for the Wolfpack. And there's a base. There's a hit. Going to try to leg it out, but nice job by Henry playing his position.
Yep.
So CSP strands 1, but they get 1 across the board with a RBI single from Carson White, and after 5, it is 4-1 Wolfpack. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game. So I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
I know one guy that would buy one immediately.
Welcome back to what is now windy Clymer, New York, where CSP Wolfpack lead by a score of 4-1 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles as we enter the top half of the 6th inning. CSP starter Tate Catanese continues to take the hill. Tate's been very efficient through the first 5, so
hopefully he's got a couple more in him, because that would make it nice for next week's pitching staff.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, I was just talking to one of our sponsors, Kyle. I said if you get some of them heated vests and bring them down here, I bet they'd sell real quick.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would. There's first pitch swinging, foul for Smith. So we've got 7, 8. Is it 7, 8, 9 for
5, 6, 7?
I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Looking at the wrong side. Strike 2 at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. And there's a ground foul down the third base line. I don't know if you're a country music fan, Pat, but Luke Holmes is in Buffalo last night and tonight playing at Highmark Stadium.
You have to dress like you're going to a Bills game.
I got to think you got to dress like you're going to a Bills game.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't know if I'm a promoter of Luke Holmes. I think you know what would be a good idea to have an outdoor concert in Buffalo, New York, in the middle of April.
Yeah, the other good time to have it in Buffalo, New York, is June, July, and August outside.
Now, it's one of the reasons why I was a big proponent of a domed stadium that they're building across the street, because it's this type of activity could be had all year round in addition to the football games. But and there's a pop-up to third base. Colin Sturgis is going to get underneath it for out number 1. So good job by Colin. That wind playing havoc on that ball. Wanted to take it around a little bit, but Colin did a good job getting underneath it for out number 1. And that's going to bring Blackman to the plate. I think Blackman.
Yep, Blackman. He was hit by a pitch and had a base on balls. Yeah, he took a pretty good shot to the side there.
Yep.
That was hit by pitch. So
first pitch ball. Two balls and no strikes. And there's one right down the middle of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball low, 3-1. Swing and a miss, so that's going to
even or
make the count full. Yeah. Nope, outside, and he held for ball 4.
Ooh.
So base on balls for Blackman, and that's going to bring Rada to the plate.
No.
Here in the top of the 6th.
He bunted
4-1
last time
CSP.
He bunted to move people up last time at bat, I think.
And there's a ground ball to second. This has got a chance to turn 2.
1
and 2. So there's you don't see that very often, but turning 2 on the infield for the Wolfpack. And despite the base on balls, CSP goes 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. And after 5.5, Wolfpack lead by a score of 4-1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9. I'm Kyle Hinsdale, joined by my partner, Pat Catanese, and we're bringing you action from Clymer Central School, where CSP leads by a score of 4-1 over the Chautauqua Eagles. And as we go to the bottom of the sixth, CSP is going to bring top of their order up. So 1-2-3 for the Wolfpack. And that means Caden Beckrink's going to lead off the inning. Henry back on the mound for the Eagles, who came in relief of Olson back in the, I think, third inning, maybe the fourth inning.
Caden Becker's been hitting the ball well today. He's been on base 2 out of the 3 times.
Yep.
So
scored our first run of the game.
He hit his last time we batted. He hit a shot to second. Kid made a great play on it. So
there's a well-hit ball to right field, and that's going to be over the right fielder's head, and that's going to get to the fence. And Caden Beckrink is going to be in for a stand-up double. Good job by Caden Beckrink to lead off the inning. Ball was well hit, Pat.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Hey, move forward for me. Hey, watch the hands. White three.
So Gavin Burchanowski steps into the box. Lots of speed at second base. Ball outside, low and outside.
If
Ball
I'm not
one.
wrong, didn't Gavin have a nice bunt last inning?
He did.
Nobody there.
They checked back Caden, but nobody's there.
Ball's outside.
Ball low, so 2 balls and no strikes to Burchanowski. Bryce Hinsdale on deck for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, strike.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. CSP looking to add some insurance runs here in the 6th, leading by a score of 4-1. There's that Burchanowski cut right there.
Yeah.
Gavin missed on that one, so evens the count at 2. And there's a slow roller that's going to be fair. The catcher comes up throwing, and good scoop by the first baseman to get the out.
Move Beckrink over though.
But he did advance Caden from second to third, so that's out number 1. And that's going to bring Bryce Hinsdale to the plate. Bryce had a well-hit ball back in the at his last at bat, but caught by the right fielder. See if he can find that gap again, or at least make that type of contact.
Yes, that would give us a run for sure.
Pitch on the inside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Bryce. Oh, and that went on the other side of Bryce.
Yeah, went behind him.
Went behind
him. Wow.
They used to say we got ice for that, right?
I can't believe that ball didn't hit him in any way.
1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Hinsdale, Caden Beckrink at third, and that's going to be a pop-up to the third baseman. So unproductive at bat there for Bryce Hinsdale, and that's going to bring starting pitcher Tate Catanese to the plate with 2 outs. Tate tripled his last time at bat, looking to help himself a little bit here with that runner at third. There's curve outside for ball 1. CSP leads by a score of 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. A foul tip, strike 1.
Right off the end of the bat.
Chautauqua Lake's going to bring 8, 9, and 1 to the plate in the top of the 7th, where I would expect we will see Catanese back on the mound, try to finish this off himself. Ball low, 2-1. We're getting positive feedbacks from our camera angle today, Pat, so I think going forward maybe we keep this spot.
I agree. I like it here. I like it here a lot.
There's strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Much
you know, it
more.
always was difficult to broadcast here because you had a softball game going on as well, but now that softball field has moved out to near the bus garage, maybe makes a little bit more sense. There's a big curve that did not curve. So full count here to Tate with 2 outs in the 5th, bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. Caden's making that guy think a lot over there. The third baseman's not even over there, so Caden can really get a good lead.
And that ball's in the dirt, and that ball's coming. He's coming home, and he's going to be safe. Caden Beckrink scores on the pass ball. Good base running, aggressive base running by Caden Beckrink, and there's run number 5 for the Wolfpack to make it 5-1. That was ball 4 to Tate, so he reaches on a base on ball, and that's going to bring Grant Lictus to the plate with 2 outs here in the 6th. I would not be surprised at all to see Tate running right here, Pat.
Me neither. Just to get him in scoring position.
Get him in scoring position. And there he goes, and that's going to be a base hit by Grant, so Tate's going to be on his way to third, and he didn't come up throwing. And so,
good hit by Grant.
Yeah, really nice job by Grant. So Tate was moving, and Grant found a gap, and as a result, we have runners at first and third with 2 outs. So a little 2-out lightning here for the Wolfpack, and we're gonna have a pinch runner for Grant. That's gonna be Brady Phelps coming in again. So 5-1 Wolfpacks, looking to add a couple more. Andrew Spiesman steps into the box with 2 outs. And I would imagine Brady Phelps at first is going to be running here. And there's a ball hit to right field is going to be to the fence. Andrew's going to have a stand-up double, RBI double. So nice job by Andrew Spiesman. And that's going to make it 6-1 Wolfpack. Good job by base runners there. It scored Tate from third, and Brady Phelps advanced from first to third. And that's going to result in CSP with runners at second and third with 2 outs, Pat.
Yeah, they've been working well.
Giving ourselves giving ourselves some breathing room as we enter the
Top
of the seventh. Chautauqua Lake coach wants to have a meeting of the minds. Trying to prolong the game, I think, a little bit here, Pat.
Must like the cold weather.
Going on a little over 2 hours and 8 minutes for the game today.
Well, when we first got here, I was kind of hoping it would be like an hour and 10-minute game.
No such luck. So 6-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 outs, runners at second and third, and Colin Sturgis steps into the plate. Steps into the box. Swinging strike one. Oh boy, that's way outside.
That was way outside. But
no balls and 2 strikes.
That's why we're on the radio.
Yep.
You know.
Curveball that did not curve. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Colin. Colin sacrificed, bunted the last at bat. Did a nice job putting a runner in scoring position, which ended up being knocked in by Carson White. And there's strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. So CSP strands 2 in the bottom of the sixth, but they score 2, and as a result, they take a 6-1 lead heading into the top of the seventh. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area in all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Well, Kyle, like I said earlier, you don't like the weather around here, stick around because the snow has worked its way back.
Yeah, the snow is back. So your son Tate could do us a real solid by going 1, 2, 3
yes,
here.
He could. Yes, he could.
So welcome back to Wolfpack Baseball, where CSP leads by a score of 6-1 here in the top of the seventh, and CSP is going to look at facing 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Chautauqua Lake Eagles. This would be, if they can get the job done, this would be win number 1 on the season for the Wolfpack, after dropping an opening day loss to Salamanca and then a hard-fought game on Tuesday night to league favorite Frewsburg Bears.
Okay, clean inning, we can get out of here.
Yeah. First pitch right back up the middle, and that's going to be stopped by Tanner Mahako, but kept the ball in the infield. But that was a well-hit ball by the Chautauqua Lake player, and that's going to bring number 5, Nowick, to the plate. There's a soft ground ball to third. Tate comes up throwing, and Bryce scoops it for out number 1. Good job by Bryce.
Yeah.
Scooping that ball. And as a result, that's out number 1. So Howick was able to advance the runner from first to second. But at this point in time, we'll take the out.
Yes. Yes.
So
Bryce needed a little break there. I wonder, a bad bounce on that ball maybe?
Yep. Might have hit him in a bad section. There's strike number 1 to the leadoff hitter. Wellman, right, Pat?
That's correct. Yep, Wellman.
Really not worried about that runner at second base. There's a pop-up to
hopefully
center field, and
Caden
there's
Beckering.
speedy Caden Beckering gets underneath it for out number 2. So good job by Caden Beckering playing that outfield, that center field position. It's always nice to have a guy with speed in center field.
Yes. Now this guy is Hughes, and he's gone to the right side, and last time he flew out, good fly ball to Carson White in left, or in right, excuse me.
So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. CSP needing 1 more out to get win number 1 in the books. That ball outside for ball 1. There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Gavin Burchanowski comes up throwing. Bryce reaches and gets
Got
it
him
for out number 3. So CSP manages to get win number 1 on the year with a 6-1 win over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. Nice performance today by Tate Catanese on the mound. Chautauqua Lake did get some hits, but not many, Pat. And
no, but that complete game, like I said earlier, that's going to help going into next week.
Yeah, that's right. CSP comes back next week with 4 games: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout on Facebook Live and on Channel 98.9 for those games. Monday night, 5 o'clock. I'm guessing it's 5 o'clock on Monday night. So, but no, CSP with a much-needed win here today to get win under their belt, and that's going to take their season record to 1 win and 2 losses. So for Pat Catanese, I'm Kyle Hinsdale. I want to thank you for listening to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9, and we'll see you again Monday night. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, the Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Hoyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. Tune in next time for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball.